Welcome back to New Mexico Entertainment Television, where you continue to be in the know with all things events and entertainment in New Mexico. I'm Teresa Robinson, and on this month's episode, we will be discussing topics from our May issue, which is our entertainment issue. On this month's episode, we have Ryedale Largo with the Navajo Mescal Dance Group, Jessica Osbourne with West End Productions' Shirley Valentine, Yazmean Patrona and Daniel Lucero of the film Tryst, Chad Terry of the Albuquerque 48-Hour Film Project, and musician Micah Thunder, who will also close out the show, plus our entertainment history and our music minute featuring Hooks and the Huckleberries. So, let's get started. Ryedale Largo, a fourth-generation traditional dancer from Pinedale, New Mexico, has dedicated over 16 years to preserving and sharing the dances of the Navajo and Mescalero Apache tribes. Tonight, we'll discuss the history, storytelling, and upcoming performances. Ryedale, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and everyone that you brought?
Well, first of all, Yat A She Ryedale Largo Unisha, Tobahan Nishlens, this not Jinny Butchin, this Agni A Dashe Do Nashkala, this Latin A Dashanala Ado Toba Westgana Dant Nasha. Ado will move on to our wonderful ladies here to introduce themselves.
Yat A She Leandrea Yazi. Hello, I'm Leandrea Yazi.
Yat A Karen Pataran She. Hello, I'm Karian.
Yat A She Angelina Yazi and She. Hello, I'm Angelina Yazi.
Yat A and She. Kiara Charlie. Hello, I'm Kiara Charlie.
I want to start with, how did it begin? How did it all come together?
Well, how it became together is that in 1910, my grandparents started, I would say my grandpa started a dance group. He was known as a traditional healer. In our culture, being Navajo, he did certain ceremonies that turned into an evolution where in 1910, there were such ceremonies that would partake young ladies, such as these wonderful ladies, and they would partake in these ceremonies, and they would showcase the traditional style of healing through dance and through songs. And through 1910, we're known for our traditional old-style dances, such as the basket dance, the traditional feather dance, and from that moment on, from 1910 to here, I'm the fourth generation to keep it in our family. And so from now into the modern age, I had it for over, this year will be my 19th year having my family's dance group in my hands.
Wow. And how important is it for these performances to help with, future generations and those that are seeing it for the first time?
And for those that are seeing it for the first time, we bring an insight into who we are as Navajo people. We carry it forward through our young generation. Coming from an educator point of view, I teach as a middle school heritage language and culture teacher. So every day I have an opportunity to teach young ladies like these, the next generation, to move our traditional dances forward.
So what responsibilities come with putting such a tradition like on a public stage?
We get asked to do a lot of events, and that responsibility is a lot to carry. First time I did events such in New York City, being the first ever Navajo dance group to perform out there, as well in Okeechobee, Florida, and to bring a small community where I come from as Pinedale, New Mexico, a small Navajo reservation community. For me to showcase that on a big stage is a very big responsibility, even winning the first time ever a New Mexico Music Award to bring it back to our small community.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So when are you going to be performing next? What's coming up that we can see these performances?
Our next bigger events are our Gallup Summer Nightly Indian Dances. That'll be happening in June, the second week of June and the fourth week of June. You can see those during July, same times as well. And the Gallup Nightly Dance, that happens downtown historic Gallup at the Gallup Courthouse Center. Also, we'll be partaking next in our intertribal Indian ceremonial in Gallup in August.
Wonderful. So where can people learn more about the group?
They can learn more about my group on Facebook. They can look into our website. And, we're always encouraged to tell the history If you look into our website, you can look into our history, our family's dance group, our family's legacy, as well as these young ladies' legacies through our Facebook link. As well, you can go under Ryedale Largo on Facebook.
Wonderful. Well, Ryedale, thank you so much for coming in tonight and telling us about your group. We're looking forward to what they do in the future.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be back. Willie Russell's Shirley Valentine is the play that started it all for West End Productions. Tonight we have Jessica Osbourne returning to her irresistible role as Shirley, skillfully directed by artistic director Colleen Nearly McClure. We'll talk about coming back to the role and the difference of performing it 10 years later. I'm excited to learn more about this show because my understanding is you were the original person to play in this production that you're now doing years later. So first of all, tell us about Shirley Valentine and how it feels to be playing the character again after all these years.
So Shirley, she's very close to my heart. So she's a woman that's basically in not a loveless marriage, but in a marriage that's gone stale. It's basically been years. They've had their kids, they've stopped talking to each other, they've stopped communicating, and now her only friend is the wall and her friend Jane. So she's basically talking to herself essentially the whole time. So obviously the times have changed, but I think the essence of what people go through hasn't, and there are things about basically what you go through within a marriage, the pitfalls, the good, the bad, the ugly, and so there's a lot of rediscovery for her in this, and it's she's entering her 40s. There's the whole perimenopause thing, which of course brings on a whole bunch of different feelings and insecurities, and she's having now got time to like re-introvert and rediscover who she is and what she wants, and sort of the time is now, and so she does it. She's terrified, and eventually she gets the guts up to go do it and goes on holiday, and it's a very much a self-searching show, but in the funniest way. She is a delight. She's so fun. She's one of the funniest characters I think I've ever played. When Colleen originally like asked me to do it, I was a little daunted and scared. That was 10 years ago now, back when we first started West End Productions. And I had never done anything of that magnitude at that time. And now I'm getting to really sort of see other elements of her that I might have missed before. Like there's a new depth to her that, I think I feel like I scratched the surface last time of who she was, and like new things just crop up as like something that you really thought that you'd have got over by now, and yet it takes on a whole new set of legs. So there's that weird juxtaposition going on of like the old patterns that you're trying to shed, and the new patterns emerging of like, I don't care, I really don't care, that you're sort of juggling with. And I think it's fun and interesting and hilarious to see her go through that journey.
What was it about the character that you weren't at that age yet that you thought to yourself, where can I pull from? Where is this going to be a really good challenge for me?
There's a section in it where she talks about like letting the sales girl talk it into getting a bikini. And as silly as that sounds, like I have definitely struggled with like my size and my weight and like my body, but like there was a certain time there for a while that I would wear the bikini regardless, and like there was a certain level of confidence that kind of was there even when I was a little bigger. So there was definitely an element of that physical transition that you have, of coming to terms with who you are and what you look like now and how that's changed you. And I think just definitely the whole sense of finding what's important to you, and that bullshit meter that that is is more fine-tuned now, whereas that might have been a little muddy when you were younger. You might have excused some things or allowed some things through. And it's sort of that moment of going, you know what? No, just no. I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore. And this is what I want and who I am. So I think that's the discovery that I'm finding this time.
So then for those who are coming into this experience and seeing, the production either for the, second time 10 years later or with fresh eyes never seeing it before, what do you want them walking away with after they see this production?
I hope they're inspired. If there's something in their life that doesn't gel anymore or doesn't fit quite right, or something about themselves that they've been holding back from changing that they want to change, I hope they walk away inspired to make that change for them. That's essentially what I feel like the core of this play is find you and be you and don't apologize for it.
Jessica, thank you so much. I appreciate the time. I'm excited once again. I'm always happy to see you in town, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you on stage performing this show.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing you.
I'm sorry that I stopped calling, but you never seem to answer your phone. I erred on the side of caution and left you to lick your demons alone. You tried to run from your shadow till being fine was too hard to fake. You and left us all haunted. I hate myself for every call that
Friends Daniel Lucero and Yazmean La Patrona combined their talents to create the film Tryst, a late-night drama where an unexpected reunion reveals that the most dangerous addiction may be each other. Tonight we talk about the desire to create the film and the importance of the message.
Thank you so much for joining tonight. I'm really excited to learn more about your film, and congratulations for completing it. So please tell us about the film and what inspired it.
Yes, so this will be our debut film. It is called Tryst. And it was very important for us for the projects that we make to be really rooted in our community. So the film is made with local actresses like Kenzie Ross, a local dog Jasper, local makeup artist Rosa Hermosa. And we didn't want to just highlight local artists, but we also wanted to showcase our culture and also the struggles it faces. So we really came and put together a story that touches on addiction.
Well, you guys are working together as friends. You've known each other for a long time. How did that collaboration work when doing this film?
Yeah, so Yazmean and I actually met doing a theater production.
Yeah.
And from there, our creative ambitions just kind of aligned a little bit. And we've continued to work together since. And we came up with this idea maybe a little less than a year ago, and we've been wanting to film something that felt true to our surroundings and the people around us. And so I think our goal here is just to start a conversation.
Absolutely. And talking about addiction, that's a conversation that needs to be had. So how did you approach this to stay authentic to the topic and honor it within the community of, how it's impacted?
Well, I feel like the weight of this subject, we have to humanize it, and I feel like that's the beauty of storytelling, is it makes everyone feel a lot less alone. Especially with a topic like this, we really want this film to be able to speak to people that have experienced this, know that there's resources that they could reach out to, and just know that they're not the only ones that are going through it.
Understood. And with this process, I know that you're looking for local venues to, show this film. So tell us more about what you're looking for.
Yeah, I know we would like to have an event, a screening, where it just feels very filled with our community. We'd like to partner with local theaters here in our city. that feel passionate about this cause, and hopefully reach out to resource centers of like recovery and make it an event that like brings art and conversation together.
A really good collaboration. So, yeah, I know you worked on this film, but what's next? What's next for you guys? What do you have coming that you're thinking about doing next?
Yeah, so once we finish this, we are actually currently working on a magazine with the team. So there's going to be a few of us working on this. It is meant to highlight New Mexico culture and just the beauty of New Mexico. And so it's going to be called Cultura, and there will be a fashion show along with that, and that should be coming late summer this year.
July 31st,
Does not surprise me you got fashion in there. Does not surprise me. So where can people learn more about the film?
Well.
Yeah, we got props.
Hey y'all, you guys can follow us on our Instagrams. We'll be posting about all the screenings that we have for this film and future films, and keep an eye out for the magazine launch and also the fashion show that will be launching this summer, July 31st.
Very exciting. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'm congratulations again on the film and what's coming next.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks. We'll be back.
The Albuquerque 48-Hour Film Project is a fast-paced competition where filmmakers race against the clock to create a short film in just one weekend. Joining us is Chad Terry to share what it takes to bring a story to life in 48 hours.
Chad, thank you so much for joining me. And I know this is asking for a lot because you just literally came off a plane to do this interview.
Yeah.
You came from Filmapalooza. As a show.
Yeah.
Is it anything that may be helping us here in New Mexico?
I think so, a little bit. Because we get worldwide eyes on our films here, and the film that made it to Filmapalooza this year, a lot of people came up and talked to me specifically about it, and they talked to the team members specifically about it because it was that good.
More eyes on New Mexico. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And you were actually here to talk about the 48-Hour Film Project.
Yes.
Happening once again this year. So what should filmmakers that are interested in doing this, what should they prepare for?
Prepare for a lot of lack of sleep for 48 hours. You're going to be making a film. The things that you can do to kind of prepare is look at your locations, see where you can film. I'm going to try and have a couple of get-togethers to kind of talk about, this is important, kind of wait on this, because all of the creative process has to happen in that 48 hours. But things like just gathering props, costumes, people, get your team together and get ready.
Well, I know the idea of storytelling and just being creative in that aspect is a fun part. Why do you think this continues to be? Because not everybody can go through 48 hours of just like, we're going to make a movie. What is the thrill about this?
It's a hard question to pinpoint the real answer, but I have found, especially me working in film, and so I can only talk from my personal point of view, I think we're adrenaline junkies. And so I think that every year it comes around and you're going to do something creative on your own, on your team, but it's you don't have a studio telling you this, that. You get to be in charge. You get to call the shots. and you have 48 hours to do it, and it's just like, all right, let's do it.
I still can't believe it. There are some people that like every year comes around, they're like, yeah, let's do this again. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Has there been a project that you've seen that's come through out of, once everything's said and done, that you even thought to yourself, wow, where did that come from?
I mean, honestly, this year's winner, especially because it's fresh in the mind, this year's winner, their film stalled. It was incredibly sweet, and it had a twist to it. And I don't want to spoil the twist so that people can find it online. But it just didn't go in the direction that you thought it was going to go. And so for that team, Fumblers, to just kind of, I feel like they just took a breath and went, what if we went in this direction? And it really, not only here when we first filmed it, but in the screening at Lisbon, everybody there had an audible gasp when the twist comes. And that's why this film specifically this year is kind of close to my heart. I was like, everybody, you hear that and you're affecting the audience.
It's like that's that moment that filmmakers are waiting for. So I can imagine. So where can people go to learn more about how to take part and what needs to happen to?
To sign up, you go to 48hourfilmproject.com. You can do /Albuquerque, or if you go to just the main website, you find your city on there. Sign-ups won't start until, I believe, April or May 1st. Just keep checking back, and I'll post a lot of things on Instagram. Instagram's my main social media. There's so many of them. It's hard to keep up, so I've just been like pictures and videos. But the filming weekend is going to be August 7th, 8th, and 9th this year.
Wonderful. Well, Chad, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Go home, go to sleep.
I'm going to get some sleep.
But I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
We'll be back.
Here's your New Mexico Entertainment in 60. Flamenco Across the Ocean is an emotionally powerful performance that explores the beauty of the world's oceans through music, dance, and poetry. Flamenco Across the Ocean runs from May 6th through the 13th at Teatro Paraguas in Santa Fe. Come sing your heart out at Crash Karaoke Show. Discover unexpected talent and be a part of a room buzzing with energy. Crash Karaoke Show takes place on May 23rd at the Mystic in Santa Fe. The Las Cruces Unk Fest gives the public an evening of live ukulele music and workshops throughout the weekend. The Las Cruces Unk Fest takes place on May 29th through the 31st at the NMSU Atkinson Recital Hall Fairgrounds in Las Cruces. This has been your New Mexico Entertainment in 60. For more events and entertainment, visit nmentertains.com. New Mexico singer-songwriter Micah Thunder, known to fans as the Korean Cowboy, is known for his innovative artistic vision and captivating performances. We're glad to have him on the show tonight to talk about his music and what inspires him.
Micah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start with the name, Korean Cowboy. Where did that even originate from?
Well, I've got two different kinds of heritage. So from my family, I've got Korean heritage, and then I'm born and raised here in New Mexico, so I got that New Mexico heritage, and Korean Cowboy was the way that I was bringing those two stories together. And it's a project that really is just focusing on bringing that kind of neon Southwest storytelling into one place.
Absolutely. Well, we got to know you from your video, The Day I Had to Change. We got to play that as one of our music minutes here a few months ago. So how did that come about? What's the story behind that video?
For me, the things I was doing, they weren't working anymore. And so that's off of my album Addict. And there came a point where I was hitting rock bottom, and I needed to find ways to be accountable and rebuild my life. So The Day I Had to Change is a reflection of that time in my life where I needed to get the help that I needed.
Well, so you, obviously there's influence when it came to that song and album. What influences you when it comes to your music?
For me, my music comes from my personal lived experiences. It's a way for me to be able to start asking questions to when I don't know the answer. So I'm writing music because I'm looking for something. I just want to be able to get it out there, and music helps me to explore that.
And you definitely have more to say. You have a new album that's out. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, my new album is called Wounded Healer, and that's from a book that I love dearly. It reminds me that the hurt that I've gone through might actually be able to help teach other people about how to go through hard things, to find that connection, and so that there's some understanding. You're not alone, there's support. We can do this if we're together.
What do you want people walking away when they hear your music? What do you want them walking away feeling?
You know, really, if they just feel like they're not alone, that somebody else is going through it, and that you can come out the other side stronger, that's my deepest hope. Because I've gone through so much tragedy in my life that if that story doesn't get told, then it kind of gets lost. If I can share that story with somebody else and it touches them and it helps them make that next step, then that's something that I'm really hoping for.
So where can we hear you coming up here soon, that we can get to experience that live? Where will we see you possibly here in the state?
So the next show that I got is April 17th. That's out at Knuckles Brewery. So we're going to roll out a flat car and we're going to be playing out there from 5 to 7. Not on a moving flat car.
That's like it would be a place.
Yeah, we're going to be in one place. It's not a moving. You got to keep up with the show.
It's really interactive.
It's a Mad Max kind of feeling. Everybody's going to be flying down the highway. It's going to be great. So, no.
And what else do you have coming up?
Wounded Healer is going to be dropping this summer, and then you can find my music online. It's at, if you search Micah Thunder, MICAH, and then Thunder, or search up the Korean Cowboy. That's with 2 Ks. So. Yeah, I'm streaming everywhere, and I just hope to have people walk this journey with me.
Right. Well, thank you, Micah, for coming tonight, and I appreciate you sharing your story, your inspiration, and congratulations on the new album.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us for this month's episode of New Mexico Entertainment Television, where you continue to be in the know. Join us next month as we cover topics from our June issue, which is our Pride issue. And to close out the show, please welcome back Micah Thunder. Have a great night.
Put on your hat, walk out the door. You don't live there anymore. It's gonna hurt. You feel it in your feet. Try to smile. Don't forget to breathe. Aimless, angry. Life got so crazy. I've been dreading today. The day I had to change. The day I had to change. There's no silver bullet, no quick fix. It's gonna be a process. You're gonna have to live with this. I've been trying out new things. I've been chasing my moonbeams. Who am I fooling? Aimless, angry. Life got so crazy. I've been dreading today. The day I had to change, the day I had to change. And I'm acting out in desperation. I don't get no vacation from all these thoughts that float around. They wait for me to pick them up, and I just wanna know how to win. Be at home in my skin. I just wanna lay me down and all of these wonders calling me. Aimless, angry, life got so crazy. I've been dreading today, the day I had to change, the day I had to change, the day I had to change.
For more events and entertainment, visit nmentertains.com.